Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're taking you on a rapid-fire zero-to-hero journey to completely transform your Excel workflow. Seriously, whether you're a total beginner just starting out or a veteran looking to modernize those legacy skills, we've got you covered. We're going to briefly go through everything from the absolute foundational formulas to advanced logic, all the way up to building fully automated data pipelines. So let's dive right in and make you look like an absolute data pro.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the foundation, move right into the analyst arsenal, and then see index match in action. After that, we'll build some data pipelines, explore the future of automation, and wrap the whole thing up with a speed run.
All right, part one, the foundation.
Okay, so before we can build these crazy automated pipelines, we really need to establish what actually builds a spreadsheet. At its core, a formula is just an expression that operates on values. By simply typing an equal sign, followed by your cell references like, A1 plus A2 plus A3, you literally turn a static, boring grid into a dynamic calculator. It's the absolute fundamental building block that's going to save you countless hours of manual work.
Starting with the essentials, sum is your go-to aggregation tool. Just type equals sum, select your column, and boom, you've added up your sales figures. But take a look at range. Now, while this isn't a standalone native formula, calculating your data's range is a really fundamental concept. You just type equals max minus min for your selected cells. Together, these two form your basic baseline metrics.
Moving right along to section 2, the analyst's arsenal.
Let's rapid fire through the expert formulas that'll replace hours of manual sorting. So for searching data, you've probably heard of VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP for vertical or horizontal searches, but honestly, they break way too easily. The modern hero here? It's XLOOKUP. It completely replaces the older lookups because it defaults to an exact match and it searches any column left or right. And the best part? Since it maps directly to cell ranges instead of counting hard-coded column numbers, it never breaks when you insert new data. It is a total game changer.
Next up, let's talk logic. By nesting if, and, or if-or functions, you can assess multiple criteria all at once, like checking if sales exceed 50,000 and tenure is over 2 years. For aggregation, SUMIFs is absolutely vital. The syntax is super powerful. You input your sum range first, then your criteria range, and then the specific criteria. This lets you add values based on multiple independent rules. Similarly, COUNTIFs tracks your dataset to return the exact count of cells meeting specific rules, which is just perfect for isolating different consumer segments.
Now, data cleaning is often the messiest, but most critical part of an analyst's day. Text join is awesome for merging strings like addresses and zip codes using a delimiter you choose, and it automatically skips over blank cells. Clean strips out all those weird hidden system characters, and proper uniformly capitalizes names. Finally, to keep your visual summaries looking pristine for management, wrap your main formulas in IF error. That replaces messy system errors like #NA with custom clean text like data missing.
Rounding out the arsenal, we have two really cool specialty formulas. Network days calculates the actual business working days between two dates, and get this, it even lets you factor in a custom holiday list, which is totally essential for things like supply chain logistics. Then there's unique. This is a dynamic array function that instantly extracts a distinct list from a super messy, duplicated column and automatically spills those clean, non-repeating results right into the empty cells below it.
All right, section 3, index/match in action.
Let's ground all this theory by visualizing the index and match combination. This is basically your ultimate safeguard against that dreaded frozen Excel screen. Imagine you're working with this starting dataset, a massive clothing inventory list categorized by item, size, color, and quantity. If you need to extract the exact quantity of a highly specific item, say a size large black trouser, from thousands of rows, standard lookups would totally struggle and eat up all your memory.
And that is exactly where we write an index and match array formula. By nesting the match function inside the index function, we're defining our retrieval grid. Notice those asterisks? In an array, those act as AND multipliers. They literally force Excel to find the exact row where item, size, and color all equal true simultaneously. We lock this logic in by creating an array using the keyboard shortcut CTRL plus Shift plus Enter.
And there you have it. The formula completely bypasses the heavy processing of a normal lookup and instantly delivers the correct quantity of 145. By mastering this, you keep your workbook incredibly fast, responsive, and dead-on accurate.
Next up, Section 4, Data pipelines.
So moving beyond single-cell array formulas, you really need to know how to manage larger datasets. You'll want to use dynamic arrays when your data is already sitting right there in Excel. They're formula-driven and update instantly for internal filtering and sorting. But Power Query, that is your external data engine. Found in the Get Data menu, it imports external CSVs or databases and handles really complex transformations, like unpivoting or merging tables. It turns all that into a repeatable pipeline you can refresh anytime without writing a single line of VBA code.
Which brings us to Section 5, the future of automation. With your pipelines bringing data in, let's look at automating how you push it out. Now, VBA macros are kind of a legacy framework, strictly restricted to local desktop solutions. The future? It's Office scripts. Built on standard web languages like TypeScript and JavaScript, they are highly secure, cross-platform, and run entirely in the cloud. So they work seamlessly whether you're on a PC, a Mac, or even directly in your web browser.
The absolute best part here is that you do not need to be a programmer to use them. You can literally just use the built-in action recorder to capture your most frequent tasks and turn them into an easy-to-run Office script. Even better, because they're cloud-based, you can combine these scripts with Power Automate. That means you can streamline your entire workflow, running scripts automatically across your whole business ecosystem based on whatever specific triggers you set.
All right, last but not least, Section 6, the speed run.
To cap off this explainer, let's do a quick speed run of shortcuts. Because honestly, once you know the formulas, executing them at lightning speed is what makes you look like a pro. Control+E triggers flash fill, magically recognizing and filling data patterns for you. Control+R instantly drags data to the right from the cell on the left. Control plus the apostrophe key duplicates the formula exactly from the cell directly above it. And Control+1 instantly pulls up your Format Cells dialog box, which saves you from digging through those endless ribbon menus.
On the navigation and safety net side, definitely remember these universal lifesavers. To quickly close your current workbook on a Mac, use Command+W. For both platforms, Control+Z or Command+Z will undo your last action, while Control+Y or Command+Y will redo it. And if you need to quickly bring up Find and Replace, just smash Control+F or Command+F.
Well, there you go. We've covered the complete journey today, briefly explaining everything from those foundational sum functions to complex index match arrays, all the way to cloud-based Office scripts and Power Query pipelines. So armed with all this knowledge, take a look at your own workflow. Which tedious, completely manual task are you going to finally automate today?